Take a deep breath in and let it go. Shake it off. Shake it off, whatever that is. Let it go. Ah. Resurrection Day, I hear. Oh, yeah, exactly. It's time to come out of that. You're not hanging around anymore, are you? You're resurrecting from an old version of you into a new version. You refuse to sell your soul to the devil, I hear. And God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is rewarding you greatly for standing strong and true to your values. This is really big tests, actually. Just before that breakthrough, that energy of choosing to rise again, choosing to resurrect, to stop standing on the sideline of your life, you might have received some opportunities that felt like, oh, this is too good to be true kind of thing. And it was. It was. Or it meant bending over backwards of your own values. But you said no. You said thank you, but no thank you. And this is really, really big tests right here. I don't know how it has played out in your life. It might not have been now exactly, but I just sense that you, like through these experiences where you almost was like tested to see like, ooh, will they, like, where are their morals? Where are their integrity? Like, do you have your morals and integrity in place? Because the other side of this breakthrough and the success that you are stepping into fully, enhancing, allowing, being open to receive, it takes a lot of integrity. And that's also why it has taken longer, maybe for you than for other people, not to compare it. Do not compare to anyone else because there is a perfect timing for you and your life, and you know it, you can feel it. You have felt this timeline so strongly for your whole life. It's nothing new. There's a few messages coming through today, and I'm really, really excited to talk to you again. I'm Isabel Katarina. If you don't know me from before, I'm a Nordic medicine woman, a psychic channel, and spiritual teacher. And I just feel this very strong character. Like, this is for a very strong character. I'm feeling that very, the energy of someone that's just very different. You work, function very differently from other people. Nine of Nine of Cups was coming out here, and then the Eight of Swords in reverse with the King of Swords upright here. And you have like really freed yourself from some old shackles of the past. And the way you're stepping forward now, the way you are resurrecting is felt. It's so felt, and your energy is worth millions. Your energy, your frequency, your uniqueness, as it's reaching the right people at the right time, it's worth something. Not just something, anything. It's worth a lot. And Ace of Coins here, Three of Coins. Oh, I love that. And the Ten of Cups. Okay, thank you. So that's it. The Ace of Coins, Three of Coins, Ten of Cups. So from the 1 to the 3 to the 10, you're making a big jump here. But it started with you, that first step. And actually, it was to say no to some things that wasn't aligned to your value. Let me give you an example. For so many years that I've been on social media, and before I was more focused on Instagram, and also since I started the YouTube, but I received so many like affiliate, like sell these things for us, you know, like to sell other people's things, or companies that have offered me quite a like big amounts of money at some points. And you know what I did? I said no to all of them, even if there was like a little twitch in me, because it was like, oh wow, that sounds like easy money, you know, like wow, that sounds like, ooh, that would be great. But a part of me was like, no, I don't want to sell these crappy things that I don't stand behind. I don't want my name to be attached to some of these products that I did not create. And having some rounds with myself, I had to always say no. And the only way for it to become aligned with who I truly am was to create my own products, was to create my own offerings, courses, and things like that, because I could stand behind them because I know they are my energy, my creation. They are coming from my heart and from my enthusiasm to support other people's growth and evolution and spiritual awakening. And to everyone else, I said no. Like, I don't want to sell your crappy yoga pants, you know what I mean? Full of polyester plastic that is so unhealthy for people just to get this sum of money. Or, like, I don't want to sell this and this and this. And this is just an example of how things can, like, come to us to test us in a sense. And I'm not saying to that I will always say no to those things, but something if I would ever promote something that is not my own creation, it has to be so deeply aligned with my core values. And there's no amount of money that can be offered to me to waver from that, you know? And it's the same with you. And that's also why it might take longer in a sense, because you have to do it your way. It's like your way or the highway. And I think that's also why you might not have been functioning that well working for other people in a sense, because here was again the ace of coins, the three of coins, and then the 10 of cups. And what this is telling me is like, you gotta start it yourself. It has to come from you, your initiation to start something. But it doesn't mean you have to do it all by yourself. The three of coins comes after the one of coins, because this is where you start to collaborate. But it's kind of like, now I get this vision of you move into a house where other people are living and you're just renting a room, right? But you have no control over who else is living there. And so you're living with like these neighbors in the same house, and it's not always, gonna match. Some people are super dirty in the kitchen. You're like, like, why am I here? I don't know, that analogy came through. But what if you would rent a house and then you would choose who is coming in to live with you, and you could like screen for who is actually like clean, orderly, or like just aligned with you, so that you can create a harmonious um, environment around you where you can thrive. Same with a business. Instead of you just saying yes to a business and it's like, oh, it's good paid, but there's something in me that's like, I don't really stand behind this, but you're like, like, these are the sort of energy that was coming through, and you have been like getting yourself unstuck. And if also was feeling right now that maybe there are some of you that are actually working for some companies or doing some of these things, that is like something in you just feels a little bit icky. Like there might be pros and cons. You might be weighing the good and the bad with the things and like, well, it's a stable income. And then you're like, but also this doesn't align with who I truly am. And you are freeing yourself from that because you're meant to live with full alignment with your core values and what is really important for you to create from a place that brings you joy. And when you realize that you can be the starter of the project, the magician is coming out. And when you are, things are gonna become so much more harmonious. Nothing was harmonious in my life while I was working for other people, honestly. Like, I'm a good worker. I'm good at working if I really want to, But so many places where I worked when I was younger, like, I always quit. Either I fired myself or I got fired in a sense. Not that didn't happen many times, but just like it never really matched. And a part of me is like, what's wrong with me? Like, I can't even hold a normal job. I'm not normal. I'm not functioning normally. And just the idea of working 8, 10 hours a day never fit with me. I haven't done that since I was 20 years old. The last, yeah, 15 plus years, I never worked full time per se. I made full time income and more, but I started my first business when I was 20 because I was just like, this is I can't work for people. This is not gonna work. And figuring that one out, now all these cards are falling out right here. What was coming through right now is the Page of Wands. But I'm feeling that there's a similar situation for you. And I'm not saying it's bad to have a job, because sometimes if it's fully aligned, if it feels great, it can be amazing to collaborate with other people and work for other people's dreams if it fuels and supports you to also build your dreams. But if it's draining you, sucking the soul out of you, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I think that's what this is all about. Like, either you are super clear on this or you're becoming super clear on this. But there is might be this fear there, and it's normal. The fear of, like, whoa, starting by myself, it's na na na. And I just feel like so many of you are already entrepreneurs. So many of you are already creators. And here's the Four of Wands, the King of Cups, and the World, and you want this stability for yourself. The Four of Wands is the four pillars in the ground. This is where you build your house with solid foundations. But know that this is where you are in yourself, because when you have this solid foundation set for yourself and you start to create from that, and that also comes from that page of wands, because the page just puts the staff down and, like, I'm gonna create from here. But the King of Cups in reverse and the World in reverse, it's almost that illusion that you have been moving through, like the Eight of Swords in reverse. It's almost like there is some part of your emotional world that is healing right now, because the King of Cups upright knows that the world is in their hands, but there might be some fear of failure. There might be some fear of not being understood. The Cups is about emotion, and the King of Cups in reverse is almost like this masculine energy that is being a little bit hesitant on how to move forward. And the last reading, I was feeling a lot of healing on the throat, a lot of healing in the expression. And yeah, this fear of being seen might be there, of just starting from where you are. Like, everyone starts from zero. Well, we all have different starting points in a sense, but whatever you're gonna start new, it's gonna be from scratch. You know what I mean? So it will start from an idea either way. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. So this is what I was feeling here. But you know how to break this energy is actually by action. Like, I didn't start this YouTube channel when I felt fully ready. I didn't start this channel from zero because I felt no longer afraid or because I felt sure about everything suddenly. But I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting to feel more sure. I was waiting to feel all those things until it came to a point where I'm like, get them, like, I'm not gonna, like, nothing is gonna happen if I don't start. Nothing is gonna change if I don't start. But if you start, when you lay the first brick on the house, you have opened the portal for that creation. Once the seed is planted, the portal is open. And even if the seed is growing in the ground and you can't fully see the results of them, of the seed planted yet, you still tend to the garden. You still continue to water it. You still continue to put yourself out there and see it as practice until it, in one way or another, takes off. And also, the illusion of needing thousands and thousands of people to create something sustainable for yourself is seriously not true at all. You know what people are looking for these days? 10 of coins is here, because your 10 of coins, people are looking for authenticity, like unperfectness. Because in the world now, the digital world that is becoming so much more fake and AI, there is just, like, that polished way of being, of saying everything perfect and, like, clipping your video 20, 30 times instead of just pressing play, put end to it, and just put it out there. You know what I mean? Like, there's a very different energy in that than to try to be perfect all the time, because then the people that are actually wanting to find you is gonna miss you. But your 10 of cups, coins, and cups, because it's also out here. It's coming from that. You sharing your authentic self. 444 on my timer. You're the magician. It came out as well, right? So you have all the tools already. You have taken enough, like, you know enough to start. That's what I want to say. I don't think you will ever stop learning. And I think that's just a part of your nature, that curious nature of yours. But genuinely, you have enough to start from where you are. I love this. And you will be supported. So you are also being rewarded for not, like I said, for allowing the things that glitter that you thought were gold to teach you that your values and sticking to your values in your life is so important for you. No matter what anyone else is doing, that you do what is right for you and not being a sellout, even if it takes quote unquote longer. It's not taking longer, but it's not a linear timeline anyway, but your authenticity and your integrity is felt through the work you do. And other people feel that, and that's, if anything, is trustworthy. Imagine if I would have started to just like, hey, try to sell you all this random stupid stuff that you can see, I can see that is like completely unvaluable, like it has no value, just to try to make a few extra bucks. Like you would lose trust in me straight away, and in the long run I would lose. You know what I mean? And that's the long-term thinking right there of like, it's not that I'm not doing it to continue to have your trust. I'm just not doing it because I want to continue to feel good about myself and what I do. And it's really that simple, right? And I think it's very similar for you as well. And I think that's also why we connect and why so many of you do trust me and are so deeply connected with me, because we are coming from the same heart and from the same integrity in that way. But it's really like it will, especially when you start to being seen, it will get tested. It will get tested. And that's also why your that part has been tested for you before. The sun is coming out, the hermit under here. But I think you're choosing the sun now. It's time to come out of the cave, to come out of this clogged energy, the Four of Swords in reverse. I was also feeling this very deep soul fatigue. I'm not saying that right. Soul exhaustion is coming to an end. It's almost like your soul has been exhausted, as if you've been asking, can this ceremony soon be over? Because it feels like one process after another is just continuing and continuing. And you've needed a break, almost like life kind of broke you. If you didn't take that break yourself, then something broke so that you had to pause. But you're coming out of that and you've done huge work, huge work. 999 release. Maybe that last part of what you're releasing is simply to trust that all the decisions you have made up until this point has been right. Intuition, 111, 555. So your intuition is on point. My intuition speaks to me and I listen. I trust that all things are happening for a reason, for a purpose. I release all that no longer serves me as I'm guided to move outside my comfort zone and let change move me. Yeah. And where does it lead? I love that. 888. There we go. I feel like that's all I need to say. 1838 on my clock. I hope you catched the teachings in this one, the energy of this reading, because it was coming through like very clear, but it is a topic that is like, how do we talk about this? That's how it came through anyway. And but you passed these tests and you're learning to understand that holding on to your values of what feels right for you to keep the internal peace and know that you are the golden treasure is worth more than what anyone else can offer you. Because in the end, you're the one who's living with yourself all day long. All day long. But sometimes we, make mistakes, so to speak. We forgive ourselves for what we couldn't see when we see suddenly clear. False God was coming through, planetary shifts. So you are seeing through whatever illusion was before there so that you can fully step into that clarity that is so you, and to share from that space that is so you. Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, thank you guys for all your generosity, all your likes. Thank you for commenting and subscribing and just being here. And sorry, my voice just just had to cough. So cut that out. But anyway, I just wanted to say, have a beautiful night and thank you for your generosity. That's what I was trying to say. Thanks for being here. I love you. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. We are complete.